G'day guys, Rowan here. Just thought I'd go live, getting in while I can because I've been camping. We have been camping. I've been camping with my wife, and we've been out of reception most of the time, and I'll be out of reception again very, very shortly after I leave this town in out the back of New South Wales in Burke. Not Burke, sorry. What I mean is I'm in Bathurst. That's where I am at the moment. Just wanted to, just touch on the time of the year we're on, and then just go on a few things that I've noticed while I've been in nature and while I've been camping in the bush. And the first thing, we've been through Christmas now. We've been through Christmas. We came up to the New Year just in a couple of days. But just regarding Christmas, I don't know what you did and how you went about it or anything, but just remember, just think back or think about it, you did notice two themes. I just wanted to talk about that just for a second. Two themes you would have noticed, and I speak about this every Easter, a number of Easters and Christmas times. There's always what we notice is two themes. One theme is the pagan theme, like Christmas, the dates of Christmas and everything like that is from pagan history, where they do human sacrifices and baby sacrifices. It's very satanic, and they even kill babies and drink their blood and drink grown adults' blood and things like that. So that's one theme that's in Christmas. The other theme is, Jesus Christ. He is born and rose and died and, rose from the dead and the whole story of Christianity. Now, that's what we notice, the two themes. So things like Santa Claus and Christmas trees and things like that, it's all pagan. It's all the pagan stuff, and the main thing it's pagan is the dates and all the celebrational things. Those sort of things in Christmas are all the pagan things, and Christianity is the things that it's talking about. Christ returning, Christ's birth, and his death and resurrection. So that's the other theme about Christianity. So Christmas is two themes. It's not just one theme. But the dates and everything is mainly to do with paganism, and so it's because it's mixed. If you read through the Bible, you'll notice that God never wanted to mix anything with pagan rituals or anything like that. He wanted them to be separate, because when the gospel's separate, it's more powerful, and it's undiluted. But when it's mixed with paganism, it's weak, because everyone celebrates Christmas, don't they? Basically, everyone's in the Western countries anyway are celebrating Christmas. But little do they know that it's mainly pagan stuff that they're celebrating, with just a bit of Christianity mixed into it. Ever since that emperor, his name escapes me at the moment, but when he became a Christian, he converted. He made Christianity a state religion at that time. He made it a state religion, but the whole society that was pagan. But then he made Christianity a state religion. So then, from that point on, paganism got mixed in with Christianity, and then we see that mainly in Christian. On the main days when there's the same dates, like from the 17th to the 25th of December, where with Saturnalia, they called it Saturnalia, and that's when they did a lot of their sacrifices and things like that. It was called Saturnalia, where they killed babies and drank their blood and everything like that. It's the same time of the year, and now we call it Christmas. But it was originally Saturnalia, the pagan festival. Now we call it Christmas, but it's the same dates. That's the thing. These are all the same dates. So anyway, that's we're passing through that time of the year now, but just remember that they're the two themes that you notice. Now anyway, just going on to the coronavirus thing, I have, as I said, I've been out of range, no reception whatsoever, but what have I noticed as far as we're in a pandemic, yeah? We're officially in a pandemic, and what I've noticed, I've gone into the bush and we've lit our fire, and I've seen many animals. So the coronavirus is come from animals, they say it comes from animals and then it's gone into humans. So the animals are affected by this, or should be affected by this. But what have I noticed? So I've noticed I go in there and I see the wombats, I see the kangaroos, I see the birds, and I don't see them suffering any different to what I used to years ago when going camping. So that they're not seen to be, don't see them wearing masks. I don't see them paranoid about people that are about other animals that are unvaccinated. I don't see them scared of another animal, another bird, not wearing a mask. I'm just wondering, what are the birds and what are the kangaroos and what are they all thinking when they see each other? Are they paranoid that one might be vaccinated and the other isn't? Now, what I've noticed, my experience, is they don't notice. It doesn't look any different to what it did before we had a pandemic. There doesn't seem to be more animals lying around dead on the ground. Do animals die? Yeah, they die. So you're going to see some, like we always did. We always saw animals, dead bird here and there. But it's not littered around everywhere. And now, in the last week, when I've been out there, there's no more animals lying around dead. It's exactly the same. That's what I'm noticing. And they don't seem to be paranoid. I bet you they don't even realise that there is a pandemic. Their animal family, their animal friends, don't seem to be worried about, we're officially in a pandemic. They're not thinking that their other animals are dying. It's exactly the same. This is my experience now. I go in there, we're in an official pandemic, remember that. I know it sounds a bit sarcastic me talking like this, but if we're in an official pandemic and it affects animals and humans, you'd see them dead everywhere. You'd see lots of them. And the thing is, you can't communicate fear into their mind. That's different to what it is with humans. With humans, we can translate fear into their minds, and things that were normal once upon a time, and now once we've been fed a story, and then now when we look at things differently. Oh, you're not vaccinated, keep away. Oh, he's not wearing a mask, keep away from him. Where normally, before we were fed all this information, we weren't scared of the person that was unvaccinated, and we weren't scared of someone that wasn't wearing a mask. We just carried on normal. So the only thing seems to be the mental thing. Because animals don't have the capacity to be fed information and to make them paranoid about things, then they can't tell any different. So in a way, it's a blessing for them. They wouldn't even know, even if you could communicate to them somehow, we're in a pandemic, they wouldn't notice it. So this is what I'm noticing in nature. They don't know that we're in a pandemic. They can't tell that they're not scared that they might get sick. They're not debating, should they get vaccinated, even though they don't do that. They don't do that, do they? Because they just be normal. But when we're fed these things like, to survive you need to have a vaccine, or to survive you've got to wear a mask, or to survive you've got to do that, then mentally it becomes very it's a story that's been fed into us, and we become paranoid of certain things because of the informational the way the information's been fed into us. But because animals can't have this fed into them, then they just carry on as normal. They don't get paranoid. They don't die more. They just carry on. They just carry on. So I think we can learn something from this. If we look at nature and seeing it just carry on, then we also just carry on without the stories. Without the stories. And enjoy life. We don't have to be paranoid from every person we walk past. You know, oh, he's a risk or she's a risk. The animals don't think that. They just be normal. So what my encouragement is now, what I think I'm trying to say is we should just take that from the animals. Just ignore the stories just like they do. And then you don't know any different. We aren't actually noticing that there's any more deaths. We don't notice it. The animals aren't noticing it. I'm not noticing it when I go into the bush. I don't notice any more dead animals than normal. I haven't seen any actually. Oh no, a few dead kangaroos on the side of the road. Did they die of coronavirus? When you look at the dead kangaroos on the side of the road, did they die of coronavirus? If it was in the human world, they say yes, they did. But we know that they didn't. They got, hit by a car. So we just need to carry on and not be just like the animals and ignore the stories. Just be normal. If someone's going to be scared because of the story in their head, be like an animal, ignorant of the story. Just carry on and normal and enjoy life and let life be what it's supposed to be. Because I'm noticing when I've come into this other state, I'm noticing that they're very paranoid. Like people are wearing masks like 100% nearly in these towns, and when they see us walk into a shop without a mask, they're almost freaking out. But it's all because of the story in their head. But if they were animals, they wouldn't freak out. They just go about their business. So, when they're walking up and they're just about to go into a restaurant or something, or any shop in a shopping centre or anything, even in the common area, they quickly put their mask on and they go there. And then everyone's got masks on, they're walking along, and then they see us or see me without my mask, and they're sort of staring at you, are you an anti-masker, an anti-vaxxer or something like that? So they avoid you and stuff's going on in their head because of the story that's been fed. When in actual fact, just like in nature, things are just normal. You just carry on. Don't have to be paranoid because of a story that's been fed into your head, especially if that story doesn't match our experience. So guys, I just wanted to show what I've been noticing in the bush. The animals don't know about COVID. They're not paranoid. They're not being segregated between vaxxers and unvaxxers. They're not thinking they should wear a mask or not, because they're just being what they are, and then we need to be what we are also, and not make our lives worse because of a perception that's been fed into our mind. There you go, guys. That's all I got for you now. I'm going to sit down and have dinner with my wife. So enjoy, and I'll see you next time, and we'll go back into the bush again soon. I'll be out of reception soon again. God bless, guys. See you next time. Keep the perspective, just like I told them. Bye.